In the late 19th century, a woman stepped onto the grand stages of Toronto, London, and New York, living a defiance. To the Victorian elite, she was Emily Pauline Johnson, a polished, brilliant poet. To her people, she was Tekahianwe Kor, double wampum. Born in 1861 at Chiefswood, an estate on the Six Nations Reserve near Brantford, her very blood was a bridge between cultures. Her father was Chief George Henry Martin Johnson, a prominent hereditary Mohawk chief and diplomat. Her mother was Emily Howells, an English immigrant deeply rooted in Western literary traditions. Together, they raised Pauline and her three siblings in a home that reflected this exact duality, an estate featuring two identical front doors, one facing the Grand River for Indigenous guests arriving by water, and one facing the road for English visitors. When her father's untimely death left the family penniless, Johnson turned her heritage into a trailblazing career. For 17 years, she endured a grueling touring circuit, traveling thousands of miles by rail to become Canada's first true literary superstar. Her performances were masterclasses in cultural mediation. In the first half, she commanded the stage in a self-designed Mohawk costume adorned with her family's ancestral silver and her father's hunting knife, fiercely reciting poems about colonial injustice and land rights. In the second half, she transformed into a fashionable Victorian gown, delivering lyrical Western verse. But Johnson wasn't just a performer, she was an elite athlete. An expert solitary canoeist, her iconic poem, The Song My Paddle Sings, was forged from the raw, first-hand experience of navigating Canada's wild waterways. Her impact crossed oceans. Johnson crossed the Atlantic 3 times, taking her message to the heart of the British Empire to challenge colonial stereotypes directly in London's high society drawing rooms. Though she was engaged twice, once to a Toronto financier and later rumored to her manager, Walter McRae, she chose never to marry or have children. Her poems, she wrote, were her artistic children. When health issues forced her retirement to Vancouver, her mission didn't stop. Alongside Squamish Chief Joe Capilano, she worked to preserve Coast Salish oral histories, publishing them as Legends of Vancouver to ensure they survived systemic suppression. In 1913, just days before her 52nd birthday, Pauline passed away. Decades later, in 1961, Canada Post made her the first Canadian author, the first Indigenous person, and the first woman outside of a reigning monarch to be featured on a Canadian stamp. Pauline Johnson lived in the fracture between two worlds, and by doing so, she carved a canyon of independence for Indigenous women, Canadian literature, and the generations who still follow the song of her paddle. Follow along for more amazing things of Ontario.